which is Weathering with You, because me, Stran, and Ku, we all watched this last Wednesday. So
We did.
I just want to hear you guys' thoughts first before I go.
It was a very enjoyable movie. The lore wasn't that great. Like the story plot didn't really make much sense. But overall, I think for a love story and with like some of the funny parts that I thought was funny. I don't know what Stren thought was funny in the movie, but I think it was well written. It was enjoyable.
All right,
I
so
almost
Stran,
teared up twice.
okay. Stran, your initial impressions?
Well, it's like already like I wasn't that much of a fan of Your Name. I keep saying that I think I would have liked it more if I didn't hear so much and like everybody just praising the hell out of it, making it sound like it's on a whole different tier of anything else. And just watching it, like I thought, like animation was fine. Characters were definitely memorable.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, animation was really good. Sorry, I meant like for the characters were fine, so I got myself mixed up. I definitely think the characters in this show, I don't think people are going to really remember them. I think they were fairly, I don't want to say generic, but just like how they built them up. I mean, it's just like there was really like no kind of like backstory or lore with really either one of these characters. I'm gonna hold on. Okay, never mind. It's like the story was enjoyable. I mean, it was again fine. I don't want to say like generic, but it just felt like really nothing special. Apparently Japan has a major gun problem. They seem to be everywhere.
We can get that a little later, though.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's just my initial thoughts on there.
Yeah. So for me, So when I walked out of that theater, I felt really good. Like it felt like a really good movie to like. It was like a feel good movie, and I really enjoyed watching it. There's a part like I kind of agree with Ku. Like just like there's a part in the middle where like that story kind of like stopped. I don't know. It felt really weird. It's like either the storytelling or like the pacing. It felt like a little off. Like transitioning from the middle to the end, it felt really weird. Like because I was trying to like just follow what was happening, and like it just so. I enjoy the characters myself, but like just the story or just what's happening, it felt really weird. So I think I still enjoy Your Name, even though I enjoy this movie. I probably enjoy Your Name a little more. My favorite Makoto Shinkai movie is probably still 5 centimeters per second. So I haven't watched many of his other movies, but like I think I still like 5 centimeters per second.
Yeah.
So that's our initial impressions, and then we can just go down more into just like discuss more of what happened in the movie. So like Sharon was saying, like the gun, I thought the gun was like so dumb because guns is such a huge thing in Japan, where like it's because it's totally banned, and like it's so hard to get one if you're not a criminal, and like and they just it was brought in this movie, but I think in the end it didn't really matter much, really.
Yeah, it was just a plot device. Put it in there in the beginning to kind of emphasize. Oh, what do you know? This kid found a gun in his recycling bin, like that. Like,
but before that, they set it up by finding 18. They confiscated 18 guns.
Yeah, but that was it. They never like added on to that later on. So it's like, what was the point of adding that in the beginning? You know,
the only other time it was because they found it was like a security camera, but you didn't need a gun for the security camera to catch pictures of him. And then also there's at the end, like when they have to stand off with the police, but even still, like it's just you didn't really need that. You could have just done something else.
Really, the only reason for like the confiscated 18 guns was just to, I guess, back up the parts where he found 2 guns.
No, it was just one gun.
Well, he found the one in the bag, but then he found the one that just happened to be laying right next to him at the end. Or was it one of the officers?
That was the same gun that he threw away because that's where he and a girl ended up with afterwards when they escaped from the that Yakuza group, I guess, or whatever.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
I didn't even recognize that.
Yeah, he threw it's the building where the shrine was, so he threw the gun away there, and then he came back to it, and that's the same gun from the beginning.
Yeah,
just kidding.
That's how he knew the gun was loaded and everything too. So,
okay, so I don't want to say I'm more okay with it, but it's not as ridiculous.
Again, it's a horrible plot device. I don't think they needed to add that in there, to be honest.
Just dumb. Like it had nothing to do with the story. Also,
It's just because we live in America, guys.
You're right.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's for us, but it's just like this takes place in Tokyo, so it's like it's really weird how casual like the whole gun thing was. Like, you think it'd be a bigger deal for that country?
Yeah, but yeah, another deal that I had, or a big problem, or another problem that I had is like the Sunshine Girl, where it just like they make it sound
Hina.
like this, yeah, where they just make it sound like the Sunshine Girl is just a myth, but yet they make a website like for people to basically to hire her to like bring sunshine, and then they accepted the fact like so easy, like, oh my god, this is the Sunshine Girl, and then immediately it's like, well, where did she go? And then it's like, well, she disappeared because she's the Sunshine Girl, and everybody's like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Tell the truth. Where is she really?
No, to be fair, right in the beginning, this is why I kind of the one gripe I had with the movie was they were building up this lore about the Sunshine Girls or the Weather Maidens or whatever. Like they were
Mhm.
building it up, so you kind of had some kind of like backstory to it. And then, like even in the very beginning, the first request they had for the Sunshine Girl for Hina was that, oh, we didn't really believe in you, but we just needed some good luck charm, and we're hoping that you can kind of help. And then from
We
that
hired you
point
for the
on,
lulls.
right, we hired you for the lulls, right? And then eventually they kept having success, so they kept getting more and more requests, and that was basically it. Um, and then midway or like towards the later half of the movie, they kind of just throw the lore out the window and just said, like fuck it, just whatever goes,
Yeah,
right? Whatever
yeah,
makes sense for the story to progress, that's what we're gonna throw it in there. So they kind of just like the first half of the movie, all that build up just went out the window, which is the gripe that I had with the movie. And then
I
with
yeah.
don't really know. So
Like
wait, what do you mean by like they let it go? Like, because the Lord, it was basically like, I mean, she had to be the sacrifice. That was like the main thing about the Weather Maiden.
Well, I think it
right,
just means like the lore in general, like because like I mean we got partially some our partial like Hina backstory, but we got nothing from the main guy. All we know is he ran away from home. We have no idea why. We don't know what happened. Uh, I think the only thing we know is like the town that he came from, just because they start him off in they start him off in the town like after like the whole, was it 3 years later?
yep, yeah, 3 years after the incident. But what I meant was is like they built up by going to the psychic first, and then they kind of give like a little intro as to like the Sunshine Girl that, oh, it's legit a thing. It's from like old folklore. And then like a few like 20-30 minutes later, they go to that monk that had that mural on the ceiling, and they were diving more into the lore of the Sunshine Girl. And that's when you knew for sure that like something was going to happen to Hina. But I was kind of hoping there would be like a third portion where it would kind of explain like how they would save her, or like how the
Oh,
resolution came to
okay.
be, to where they didn't need to sacrifice the weather girls anymore. But then the reason why I say all hell broke loose was because the guy literally went to the same shrine. He was able to somehow tr- uh like teleport to where Hina was, save her, and he was able to get away with everything.
Okay. Okay, now I get what you're saying, because that was kind of like my issue too. Like the whole transition just from like Hina disappearing to him going to that, just that it just felt so weird. Like, just that transition in the story, like, and then they
Right.
had that they see like the world in the cloud, which was cool, but like it didn't really, they didn't explain much of it, or
Right. It didn't make sense. It was just like put there just for the sake
so
of the
that,
story.
yeah. So that's what I mean. Like this weird pacing or storytelling. It's like that was my issue too. It's just like that transition, it just felt so weird. And also, like, kind of like this movie too. Just, I don't know if this is really a problem, but I just noticed that like they had like two montages. Basically, like the first time when Kota, when he like got into Tokyo and started working, but then they had another montage with him and Hina. So it's like
Yep.
it just felt like that part. Like, I mean, I know they're trying to make the time go faster, but it just felt like you didn't really see them do much. Everything was just in the montage.
They made it look so easy to go in the clouds.
Yeah, something like that. But at least with your name, there was more character development. Like you grew with the character. You grew to like them. They were more developed.
Well, you knew their, yeah, you knew their daily lives and everything. Like, but kind of like beforehand and even kind of like after, like during the whole thing.
Right. But
This you
for
really
this
got
one,
no backstory.
yeah, you cared more for Hina than anyone else. Even the MC, like you mentioned earlier, there was really no character development with that guy. He was just some kid that ran away from home because he felt suffocated in that little island that he was at, and and,
It was
and,
like,
and that was it.
and also like
Yep.
the guy he worked for, like him and like his niece, like there's like more emphasis on them than the main character. So
Yeah, at one point I thought it was going to switch over to him because maybe his wife that passed away,
yeah,
maybe she was also a weather maiden, but they didn't really explain
yeah,
much
they kind of
about
like
that.
they kind of like they were kind of foreshadowing that, yeah, because saying how like his wife died too, and like it made it seem like and like what because he showed up suddenly in in like the building where the shrine was.
Right,
So
he
I
knew
thought that was gonna
exactly
be
where he was. You
yeah. So
know,
you think he's gonna reveal like, oh, I know what you're going through because I was you back then or something.
Yeah,
So
his wife definitely had to be a previous maiden.
they just said she died in
us-
an accident. That's all because the guy didn't believe like
Accident.
Kodaka at all. About the
Okay,
weather
nobody
maiden
nobody
stuff.
believed about Hina either, but yet they just accepted a Sunshine Girl so easily.
I mean, $30 for a laugh, sure, why not, right?
Hey, some people pay like 50 or 100 or
Dude, a
more.
lot. Yeah, they got a lot of
It
money.
wasn't just 30.
That,
Well,
that
no,
was
but
early. That was the lulz one.
that was a fee they were charging. It was $30 a fee. But then I guess like later on, people are so appreciative of the fact that they
Big
were able
companies.
to do it. Yeah, they just gave them a shit ton of money.
Yep. I mean, they did it for baseball games, like just giant events, hosting like, some sort of party, and it looked like a mass building.
It's kind of weird that like after when she was doing it on top of that helicopter pad and it was like broadcast live, you didn't think they should get more attention after that?
She
Like
did.
they want to be like paparazzis all over her
Oh,
place.
that's what I meant. Okay.
No, she probably did. That's why they had to stop.
I mean, even then, like I think like she should have gotten more attention from that, but
Well, when it's been raining for like what 3 weeks straight without stopping, I think that was more of a bigger concern than a Sunshine Girl.
So, what was your guys' thoughts on how he rescued her?
I think I call bullshit. Right? Yeah,
it's just really weird. Like I think it's more about the ending too, how like he basically like sacrificed like the city for Hina. So
Mhm.
I don't fault the guy for that because in my shoes, if I was him, I would do the exact same thing. You know, fuck the world.
You terrible, terrible person.
Hey, I'm realistic, all right? I feel bad for whoever you guys end up with as a Sunshine Girl.
I mean, basically, it's just kind of like yeah, it's just one of the things where like they just do the other ending you don't expect, like actually like sacrificing like everyone else for your like the one person you want to save. So
I like how
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
I like how the water gods and like when he actually recovered her and where just all hell broke loose and it was just raining just nonstop. Instead of the water gods being like, okay, we'll just take another person, they just basically said F y'all and just kept just going hard on
fuck it.
Tokyo.
Rain for days, you heathens.
I mean
Yeah.
that's how
For
like these
years, man.
mythologies always work. Like the gods are always petty, so
Yeah,
That
yeah,
makes
okay.
sense.
like that's just how it's always worked. But I don't know. It's just I'm pretty sure like people online were trying to like make their like comparison between like climate change and like this movie because basically like because Tokyo is underwater, which is what happened if like the ice caps melt. So, but like it's kind of weird. It didn't really fit in with like I don't know
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I think
if he was trying to make a message, it didn't really fit in with the comparison with the real world like
Well, the message they basically made
scenarios.
it sound like, like humans weren't at fault. Um, I don't know if it
Kind of
was.
yeah, because the grandma was saying how like 200 years ago Tokyo Bay was underwater, even though it's not true. But
Mhm.
like she was saying like because the cycle happens like what every like 800 years or something. So there's
I
just a
think
natural
they
part
said
of the
something like
cycle.
that. Yeah.
So just deal with it or something.
Mhm. Yep.
I don't
So
know. I feel like the with that part it was kind of convoluted, but
Yeah.
it's kind of whatever at this point because they also mentioned that like who knows what really happened a long time ago because there wasn't really records kept for like from ancient history. I think he said like what 800 years old was the most oldest records that they had on file. So anything that happened beyond 800 years, it could have been anything really.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they left
but
like super open ended,
they were basically just I think that they were basically saying like nature just happens, you just have to deal with it.
right?
So
Yeah.
which is weird if he's trying which is again weird if he's trying to compare it to climate change because it's human cause. So I don't know if he's saying like just deal with like the weather changing because that's part of nature or something.
Yeah. I don't know. The message of this movie was definitely weak. I think it actually went the wrong way for a lot of people.
I think well, just the ending. You basically sacrifice the city for one person. So
Yeah, Sunshine Girl. I don't. Where yeah, she had her powers removed then, right? Or was it
I
like
want to
a
say yes.
blessing, something like that? Okay,
I mean,
I
I
can't
want to say
remember
yes
what it was.
I assume like
because
I think if she uses it anymore, she'll be taken back or something.
But she's still like she still prays. Like it showed it at the end.
But I
Like
don't
she
think
was
it
like,
does anything now. Like she just does it just because that's who she is.
okay, yeah. I
yeah,
thought they said something where like the blessing or whatever that she had was removed, but yet instead like the gods are still just punishing punishing them.
yeah, pretty much. Because she no longer is connected to the sky. I think that's what the saying was. Is the weather maidens are connected to the sky, so that's why when they pray, it stops. But I think once
Okay,
she escaped with the MC, she lost that connection. I'm pretty sure.
that seemed like it was so easy to escape too. Like it's so easy to get in there and it's so easy to get out. Like
Yeah, literally, there's a shrine on top of an old building. All you got to do is just walk across, and apparently you make it. And I don't
yeah,
see how like
and,
no one else has made it through there. Honestly,
yeah, yeah, and it's just like, oh, you want to get out? Just jump off the cloud. You're fine.
yeah, you'll be all right. Don't
See,
worry
for me,
about it.
like
And you,
since this is a movie, like I give them the benefit of the doubt that like they don't have as much time to explain.
yeah,
So like I am more accepting of stuff like that happening because it's a movie, so they have a limited time to do stuff. So
right.
that didn't bother me as much.
We also didn't mention that the Your Name characters actually made a cameo.
Like a cameo.
And it's been a while, and I don't really remember the Your Name characters. I didn't even recognize.
Yeah, I didn't
Taki
notice it
and
either.
Mitsuha. So
I don't
I'm
know.
more.
I do
I'm
not know
so.
their names.
For me, it's like I don't know why it took me like when Taki walked in with his to his grandma's place. Like I saw him and I was like, "You look so familiar. Why do I not remember you?" And then after
Yeah,
that, it took me a while, like a minute or two, to realize, oh, it's Your Name. Okay, that's why he looks so familiar.
yeah.
So then, I was looking for Mitsuha after that, and then um like I think other people had trouble seeing Mitsuha because she looks different than she did in Your Name. But I just knew because like they when she was the sales representative because they hit her face. So I was like, okay, that's probably something important. They're willing to hide the face. And then they did the face reveal, and then I was like, okay, that's definitely Mitsuha.
Yeah, fans of Your Name will definitely recognize them both.
I mean, it was a long time since I've seen the movie, so I just forgot. I just forgot about like I
Yeah.
could recognize Taki because he looks more like generic, but like
Mhm.
Mitsuha actually changed. So because I think
Yep.
she like had like I think she had different hairstyle before.
Yeah, I still think like Your Name is much much better than this movie. I don't know if
You think
did any of
so?
you guys?
I
I think so. I think mainly the fact because the story flowed a lot better. There was way less
because
holes.
I enjoyed Your Name, but I still think I enjoyed this movie too. I mean, not as much, but I don't think it's like that much worse than Your Name.
Uh,
I agree that Your Name. I wouldn't say like if I were to give it a rating out of 10, right? I would give Your Name 9 out of 10, and I would give this movie like a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, I'll give it like an 8.5, but
yeah, I actually gave this movie a 7, but I think I gave Your Name an 8. Only because of the fact people hyped it up like way too much and it didn't reach that level for me.
Well, the thing is, with maybe it's just like to each their own, right? But at least with Your Name, it
Yeah,
felt
that's fair.
like it was a lot structured, more, a lot better and smoother, and the storyline was driven a lot better. And then with this one, like I said, I was okay with it during the first half, but then the second half kind of lost me.
yeah,
What'd you guys think of the music?
Music was all right.
I liked it. Like
There wasn't
there's
much
a lot of
variety though.
songs in this one. I think the one I liked most is probably like the ending song, or
Yeah, there was 2 songs that I
actually,
recognized that were like way different from the other ones, but I don't know what band. Like it's like whatever the main band is. Like I think it was on the
Rad Whips is the
yeah,
main.
it was like the 3rd song. It sounded almost like I thought it was the same song. I looked over at Taylor and I asked her, I was like, "Is this the same song?" And she just burst out laughing because I swear she had the same thought. Because it just sounded like each one of those songs sounded so generic, and the only songs that sounded different to me was the one with it was like the female vocalists, and there was the one that I think they showed on the PV or the trailer.
I forgot
Oh,
which
okay,
one, but
yeah,
like there's one song that I really like, but there's just a lot of songs in this movie. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
yeah.
fair.
I'd say the soundtrack for Your Name was also better than this one too. There was a lot more variety in Your Name compared to this.
I know Stray enjoyed the CGI in this movie.
Wait, what was the CGI?
like a lot of times when they show like the buildings, a lot of times with CGI. And also
Oh.
that weird one part where like when they were at the top of the building, they did the 360 thing. I thought that part was a little weird. Like
Oh, yeah. I honestly didn't even really recognize the CGI much. I don't know why.
it's mainly like skyscrapers, like when they're doing like the birds, like the top view.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I was paying too
But
much
besides
attention
that,
to the
everything else was like
buildings.
wasn't everything else is pretty good. Even
Very
though
pretty.
I really like Your Name, like the meteors. I just thought that was really pretty, and
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't maybe besides like the cloud world, I didn't really feel like there's much in this movie that matched that.
Yeah, I don't know. I love like water animation. Like they made it look so nice when when you just see like water droplets when they would actually look at the ground. Just I don't know how they animated it, but it looks so nice. But I also just like water a lot.
Yeah, no, the animation was really good in this. Like in everything. I don't think I had any gripes about any of the animation in the movie.
I mean
Same.
that's just Makoto Shinkai's like style in general. Like he's definitely more style over substance.
Yeah, but I feel like this is more colorful and vivid compared to Your Name.
Really?
But the first part, not the 3 year skip. Definitely
Oh,
not
right,
the 3
right.
year skip.
After they fucked up with the gods, and the gods like, fuck it, yeah, it all went to hell after that.
Yeah.
But
My
yeah, I don't
I
know.
just want to mention real quick too, like a lot of the voice acting, like it sounded like actually like normal people instead of the usual anime like voice actors.
Yeah, it did.
Like it
But
sounded
your
like
name did
actual
too,
like
though.
what?
Your name sounded kind of similar as well. Like I didn't think I recognized any of the voices in your
Well, it's
name.
just like they sound like people who would talk normal because like because anime voice actors like they always have to like it's always more exaggerated and more
Yeah,
like there's like more energy. Whereas
yeah,
like these like the movie voice actors they sound like normal people like having a normal conversation.
yeah.
So like Hina and like Kodaka like they both like sound like normal teenagers instead of like anime characters.
Right. Oh, I did also for your name. I appreciated the comedy or not like yeah the comedy a lot more in that than this show or than whether with you like I found certain things funny that weren't supposed to be funny, but I didn't really laugh at too
That's
many parts that were I guess where they were trying. I don't know. There was a few parts that were trying to go for comedy, but your name I thought was way better at that than Weathering with You. I mean, my favorite moment probably in this movie was at the end when the 3 year skip, and they have like the weatherman talking. He's like, tomorrow's weather will be rain again. I'm thinking like, how is this guy still employed? It's been 3 years. Like you think that this guy would have been let off like I don't know how long ago. Where the guy's just like, okay, bro, just listen. Like, tomorrow's gonna be rain. The next day is gonna be rain. We don't need you anymore. Just
I
just
thought like
retire.
I just thought the etchy parts were like a distraction. Like when Kodaka was like trying to look at like Natsumi's boobs when she was
Oh, that
sleeping
was
or
just dumb.
whatever.
Yeah.
Or like when she was talking, or like, or and then she was looking at like Hina too, and she's like, "What are you looking at?" Like I thought that was just
Oh
distracting
god.
from
Yeah.
like because
Like
the movie should have been like this wholesome thing, and that just the whole those like parts just became
hey,
distracting.
that was wholesome, right? He didn't see anything. He was just trying, like a typical man would, or
No.
typical
your
prepubescent boy would. You know?
your name was so much better with that. Where when the
That
guy
one,
finally
your
gets
name,
back in the girl's body, and then he's just crying while feeling her while feeling her body.
Yeah.
that
I was
one made
laughing
sense
so hard.
because like he's yeah because the situation he swapped because it makes sense. Whereas this one just it's just being etchy for no reason.
Yeah, it was forced. Like I hate forced parts where it's just like it just makes you feel awkward. I don't know if I mean, a majority of the it was a Japanese fan base feels the same. But I know here through like a lot of people, like where if it's just forced, it just feels weird, awkward, like where
Well,
it's just like
it
it
was
doesn't need to be there.
it was forced and also the voice acting too. Where again, it sounds like normal people. So like maybe it was like anime more anime
It
voice
would be more
acting,
funny.
like,
Yeah,
it
I
would
can
have been,
see
like,
that.
it would fit the situation, but these are, like, normal people, so then it just felt more off.
Yeah, comedy's lost, and then yeah, I see what you mean. But that's all I gotta say. Weatherman MVP.
Right.
So, overall, like, I still felt good watching the movie, like, it's a good watch. Just
Yeah, even like how much like I was like talking about, like it was still like enjoyable to watch. I mean,
yeah.
I think part of it was because it was in theaters. I don't know if it's gonna have like I don't know how much more it's gonna feel like if I was just watching it at home on my 22 was it my 24-inch monitor?
Hmm.
I think that's just yeah, I think it's just like Shinkai movies in general. You just watch it like in the moment and you enjoy it. And
Yeah.
because if you overthink it, like then it starts to fall apart. But
Yeah. Well, with Your Name, you didn't really have to overthink. Like it made sense. This was a lot of kind of holes that like where I wish we would have got to know more about the characters, like their backstory, feel for them.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. But again, like Dave was
But
mentioning, if you just try to watch it to enjoy it without overthinking any of the plots or anything like that, it's very enjoyable. And then like I mentioned earlier, there was like maybe 2 points that made me feel very emotional as well.
Mhm.
So I think it was a great movie overall.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you love animation, you will love this movie.
it's, I'm so excited for his works. Like even if I like don't enjoy all the stories, like it's still enjoyable to watch, and it's something in theaters too. Like it's so much fun to watch in theaters.
Yeah, I'll still see his movies.
We'll see about that.
But I'm done. I'm good.
All right, so I think
7
that's
out
gonna
of
be
10.
it for now.